G'day. Blue Orange here made the comment of, if you download screen space shaders mod, you can get wind that move trees, puddles, better ambient occlusion, parallax mapping, etc., etc. I'm going to be completely honest with you, mate. I thought to myself, have you not watched the other videos and realized that I don't want to use Triple S shader mod? And I thought to myself, oh God. But then I really read it. And I thought to myself, you're right. Here I am tearing apart other mods to utilize just certain aspects of it. But for some reason, I've never tore apart Triple S shader mod just to use certain aspects of it. I'm going to be honest. I've never even thought about it. Every time I've implemented Triple S shader mod, I use virtually everything. So I went through and I utilized it. Now, contrary to what you were saying that could be utilized, I decided not to use these things, mostly down to the world that I want to create. The one thing that I don't like about Triple S shader mod, for the most part, is that whole, you know, when you're walking into shadows and all the screen goes dark and then you go back in the light and all the light goes bright again. I don't like that, if you know what I mean. It just sort of, yeah, you know. So I decided to implement only a few things. I didn't go with the puddles or anything else like that because I'm not really interested in any of that. I'm not interested in the rain. I actually just prefer the normal rain within the game. But there's also another mod for the rain that I want to implement that I haven't shown in quite a while that I used in Desolation. I actually like that over the Triple S shader mod more. Interactive grass, the wind, the sky debanding, the fog, and the blood decals. That's what I decided to end up using out of all this. I went and downloaded the Reborn Zone. So I've done all of this behind the scenes because I needed to go through and check everything, and it would have taken too long in a video. It would have bored the shit out of you. And I decided to use brown water out of this. I found that this water mod having a certain color to it really gelled with what I wanted to do. And for the shadows, I'm still using Shaders Look Better because it just gives it that nice, flat shadow look. That's what I want. Just that flat shadow. That's all I want. I don't need anything fancy or anything else like that. So those were the options that I chose. It looks really, really good. I've got to say, it looks a lot better than before. So I'll have green and cyan when we get into Great Swamps on the sides so that you can see the different color variations and why I went with it type thing. But that's not to say that you don't have to run those other options for Triple S shader mod. I will, while making the pack, try to have it in my head, my mod locations, to try and preemptively not have mods that are going to crash everything. So if you decide you want to run Triple S, SSR, puddles, everything else, I'll make sure that on my end that I've got everything sort of in the right place. Yeah? That's probably going to be the hardest part of me doing this particular series, and I'm actually finding it quite enjoyable. But this is what the brown water is going to look like. For some reason, the cyan and the other one, which should be on the screen as well for a little while for you to have a look at the different colors, I'm generally in the same location that I am with those two particular points. And for some reason, the brown just seems to work for me. So I didn't really want a clear color. But when I saw Reborn Zone, I thought, wow, that offers me different colors. And this just is starting to look good. It's starting to shape what I want. Yeah? So I could go in a little bit closer so that you could see. That's generally what it looks like. I mean, even without the Triple S shader mod. Oops. The bullets in the water still looks very good. Even with this mod. Even the sound is pretty good. Like, I don't know where that's all coming from. With the mod selections, probably Grok's better sound. But you can hear it hitting the water. Dude, make sure you turn this section up, yeah? Don't fall asleep while you're fucking editing again, you lazy prick. Now with the rain coming along, I don't know, for some reason this colour just screams to me. But there are the other two options if you want to go with that. Yeah? Now, the Reborn Zone also offered some good options in there as well. However, I think it's not my mod selection, but running the Reborn Zone is actually causing quite a stir with the old world. Now, I'll go through and just spend a bit of time turning off Triple S shader mod, because when I tested it all, I didn't have any of this active. Only because you can see here there's a patch, so you've got to go through a specific point with Triple S shader mod, so I just got to make sure I turn it all off. And I also had the parallax shader on. You're going to see the difference within the ground and as to why this mod pack looks really, really good. On base vanilla Anomaly, I imagine this is going to be quite good. But like I said, with Old World, there seems to be some kind of really bad error between the two. Now, these default preset and realistic presets, I think they're just color presets on the game itself. I'm not running those. I'm just running the parallax shader, the Reborn Zone, and I'll just keep the brown water for now. There we go. So you can see here that the grass has disappeared, and while I'm walking, the grass is sort of like circling the world. So I don't necessarily know, but if you have a look, you can see that there's no grass anywhere. You can see that there's a lot more of a 3D element to the ground as you're walking along. It looks really, really good. But the grass is badly affected. So there's some kind of conflict between the two that's quite bad. You sort of see that the ground just looks a lot more lively. It's really amazing sort of mod. I imagine on just a vanilla Anomaly, this is going to be bloody beautiful sort of... Yeah, there we go, look at that. That's weird. But the water itself is, like, really good. I really like the water effects from this mod. And the color as well. It looks really, really good. So, in turn, that also means that for those of you who want to run device mod, you can. I'm not going to. I kind of like that idea of that little bit of lore that I put up into the into the last video, or maybe in the video before. No, I think it was the last video. I kind of like the idea. Plus, I've also got a list of mods that I want to use for the devices anyway. Plus, I don't think this covers the PDA. The Gunslinger PDA is a separate mod, I think, from what I saw. So, you turn off that, because that only really works with the Reborn Zone, the parallax shader. Sort of like adds like another 3D layer to the ground and make it look a little bit more depth, like trees. Some of the mods that are out there that do the textures for the trees look a little bit more 3D. The same thing for this. So that's what intrigued me about the mod. Unfortunately, there's too much of a conflict between this and the old world. Unfortunately. But at least the water works. That's really cool. So that was the selection that I had out of there. So yeah, thanks for that, Blue Orange. Really appreciate it. So the only one thing that I want to point out, though, is if you want to run the rain puddles, right, you're obviously going to need the SSR water to run it. But that also means you can't run the brown water. Yeah? So if you're happy with that, if you're just happy to run with just normal water from Triple S shader mod, okay, just so that you can have your puddles and stuff like that, then so be it. Yeah? The choice is really up to you, how you want to design the pack on your end. That's it there. Yep. ATO, Anomaly Texture Overhaul Beta 2. So this is a texture mod that I found that I would like to use. It's, she's hefty, this one. But it does a lot. New asphalt road texture, complete Rostock, Agripom concrete building walls, new brick textures, a few new ground textures, rework sandbags. This has got quite the package in there. The installation size is actually 10 gigabytes. Jesus, that's big. So I've been interested in having a look at this one. The other mod that I wanted to add on too was this one. It's a new one, or relatively new one, that was released not long ago. Vanilla Weapons Revitalized. And this person was using, it's fully compatible with animation replacers, etc. There are only textures. He was using Old World Anomaly Gunslinger for the screenshots. So Gunslinger weapons should look even better with this mod. So that's really good. Fortuitous timing, this one. I've already downloaded these two myself. So we're going to go in and install them. So it should already be in my old Earled Shenanigans folder. So Old World Addon, Weapons Revitalized. I think this is, yep, this is just going to be game data. This is going to go in the guns section. So I'm going to put it somewhere back here. Create a separator above. We're going to go Weapons Revitalized. Hopefully I spelled that right. No, I didn't. There was an A where the I, where I put an I where the A should be. Whatever. I'm already making a habit of spelling shit wrong. May as well keep it going. And the other mod is ATO, Anomaly Textures. Now, being so big, oh, it's a foam mod. Okay. Manual. Oh, okay, cool. I'll go and reinstall that. ATO. Drag down, make sure we got that on. Install. Now we just got to make sure that you put this before S.T.A.L.K.E.R shader mod in case you want to run puddles on the ground and stuff like that. So you'll need to make sure all ground textures are before the S.T.A.L.K.E.R shader mod. Otherwise, you will run the risk of overriding the mod and you won't see any puddles form when it starts raining. Okay, yeah, it should be overriding. No, it's overriding the main file. Okay, there you go. So I'll put it here. BCP is not active. I should uninstall it, but I thought I'd just leave it there for now. We're going to go ADO. Just type in ADO. Yeti. All right, let's go and have a look in. Go and have a look and see what sort of damage we've done. So just be reminded, it is a beta, so not all of the textures are going to be done yet. So you may see some inconsistencies here and there, perhaps. But I figured that this is like a complete package mod. You know, it's eventually, hopefully, going to be just about everything. Kind of like GDR. Wow, it's already different.
Какие новости, Сталкер?
At least I think it is. Yeah, the brickwork. Wow.
Там оказалось не очень. На радаре его он попал. Все правильно, чувак. Интересно.
Yeah, the ground looks a lot better. Are the trees and stuff affected too? Sure, that's all the foliage as well, is it not? It does say you need enhanced shaders, but it should run without it. Fine. Tree barks, grounds, props, too many to list. I've used global texture rework as a base.
Иди своей дорогой, Сталкер.
It definitely looks good. What are you boys shooting at? Dogs again? Yep. Let's quit the game and go over to Corden and have a look over there. Whoa. Oh, the texture's here as well. Oh, hang on. If they use GDR as a base, then perhaps GDR is also still active here as well. Oh, yeah. Look at the grass. What was that command again? I think it's map -1, I think, to get a little bit more detail on the bark. I'd have to recheck that. There is a command that you can set up. I think within the config file to get a little bit more texture detail. I can't remember which mod it was. I think it might have been Classic Textures. Had it written there. I'll have to go and refine that command. Is it me, or I don't really remember there being bloody paint on there? Oh, there is a shine to it. Oh, wow. That's really well done too. Jeez. Let's load up some guns. What's the most scrappiest looking? I think the Chaser is the most scrappiest looking gun out of all of them. Maybe the AKM as well. Oh, I think there was also another detail too that I forgot to point out. With the vanilla weapons, it made me look, yeah, here. New bump maps also means that all weapons respond better to light and shading, etc. So this is what I was looking at, where you don't really need enhanced shaders for the gloss and stuff. This mod is kind of taking the place, if you know what I mean. That's what I thought about it anyway. That's what was in my head. That's definitely looking a lot better. I mean, obviously enhanced shaders and the improved gloss is going to make it look a certain way. But, oh, hang on. I have got the sun right up overhead, don't I? Let's move it back. Have a look at the weather with the gun. Yeah, see, the light is actually moving with it. Not as pronounced as Triple S shader mods is, but it's still there. Yeah. The Chaser. Oh, I can tell by the barrel that's definitely a hell of a lot better. Model-wise. Or texture-wise, I mean, sorry. Yeah, I think this is a really good inclusion. And I don't think Old Mate's gotten a lot of downloads either. Yet. Yeah. Like even they maybe, oh no, that's wrong mod, sorry. Yeah, same. So well, they're both. Like, they're really good mods. So I'd like to see that sort of go up a fair bit more, you know? Just to encourage these mod creators to really put the work into it, you know? He said, I don't really give a fuck what happens with my channel. I just want to see these mods just get better and better and better. Because it's glorious work these people do. You definitely see a lot more of the textures with the sun in the better place. This is definitely a hell of an enhancement. Or like I said, you can go with the standard. Oh wow, look at that. Oh wow. PDA. Hopefully that should load up some PDA stuff. Ah, there you are. This was only just released. Replaces PDA with a new model, changing texture of the PDA UI. It's got me intrigued. I haven't looked at this one yet, but I kind of look at. I kind of like the way that it's looking at the moment. Yeah, look at that. Wow. Do I need any PDA mods to utilize this? Is it just going to be a texture? Holy shit. Wow. Yeah, so that's the original, and this is their version. Or you could probably utilize that. Actually, I don't remember PDA being on there. Well, there must be two selections, perhaps. Or this is the player one, and this is the one you pick up from other NPCs. Changing the texture of PDA to make it more similar to SOC. Really? Was this the SOC style? Fuck, it's been so long that I've actually really paid attention to the PDA. I can't remember. Anyway, yeah, I saw this when I was looking at the other mods, Triple S Shader mod, and then deciding what particular mods of the Triple S that I wanted to use and stuff, and just making sure that I'm kind of right, because like I said, I'm not U-Butte at all of it. You know, if you wanted really good information on what every single mod wanted to do, you'd be looking towards like Grok or Mr. Demonized or you know, the fella who does atmospherics and stuff like that. Like, they know what the fuck they're talking about. Now, I wanted there is the Gunslinger version of the PDA that I'm pretty sure is not within this mod pack. Sure, there's a Gunslinger PDA. Look, let's just keep this separate for now. Let's just go through and have a look, because that texture's really got me intrigued. Like, I want to see it in the game. PDA, BTR, BTTR. Right, that one there. Foam mod, nice. Already very impressive. Oh, okay, just straight up. Just install. Awesome. Not overriding anything. Let's go in and have a look at this, because fuck, man, that just... I hadn't opened that folder. I didn't realize just how good that looked. So the UI icon hasn't changed. That wasn't actually mentioned, so we'd still be using Maids for all of that. Like, Maids is like the best... It's the best sort of UI enhancement to all of the icons and stuff like that, because, you know, generally speaking, a lot of other ones do have conflicts with other mods, whereas Maids, you just install Maids, fucking everything gets done. That's it. It's a brilliant mod. But I'm always on the lookout for alternatives, of course. Oh, wow. The only thing that I can point out right now is see how it's not fully circle? It's a little bit squished in the map itself. But I suppose that's sort of like, you know, what's going to happen when you sort of move down the screen. Perhaps maybe a little bit more work on that would happen down the line. But I like it. I like the look of it. It looks really good. What other... No, idiot, wrong one. There we go. Devices. Yeah, so these PDAs... Yeah, we only get the one PDA, that's right, within Gunslinger. So we're not going to have access to the other two upgraded variants or something. Yeah, because I've spawned it, that's not going to have anything in there. But, yeah. That's a nice little addition. I like that. It looks good. Like I said, the only thing is this little bit of a squish. Now, I wonder if a map retexture is perhaps maybe fix that. Like a DLTX file. That'll override it and then You know what? I shouldn't say things like that over the thing, because I really don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm just playing things by ear. Well, in my case, lack of ear. Ears. So let's go back here. PDA. Was it global map rework? Global map rework. Yeah. Yeah, this is the one where the creator was going. This was actually in my previous mod pack. I'm pretty sure I put it in there. Because this guy went through the trouble of actually making the paths look a lot more consistent between in the map itself. Global map rework. It should just be a single game data file. Let's go back in and have a look at that PDA again. No, still the same. I mean, it's a slight squish on the horizontal surface. The vertical still seems to be the same. Other than that, it's just a little bit of a squish, but you know, it's up to your personal preference. You know, it's well worth it for just this. I mean, this looks impressive. The animation. I think we type in Gunslinger. Either that or unfortunately it was... No, there it is there. Gunslinger PDA animation. PDA animation from Gunslinger. First, what I'm going to do, I'm going to quickly load into the game and just make sure that I'm correct that even with Gunslinger devices on, the PDA was still stock standard. I'm sure I looked at this before I go utilizing the mod. No, it is. It's standard. It's standard animation with Gunslinger on. Whereas with the devices, it'll be the Gunslinger devices. I don't think I showed this with that water mod, just so that you see that. Probably a good idea to show it here. Yeah, that's Gunslinger. Yeah, that's Gunslinger. So even with that water mod active, you're not having that same problem because the shader is more up to date. I should have included that before. Sorry if I didn't. I just didn't think of it. It's kind of hard doing videos like this. All right. So let's install that Gunslinger mod. Now, I'm not too sure what's supposed to happen. I'm in my head, I'm pretty sure I know, but at the same time, I'm not confident that I do know what it's going to look like. Especially with this new texture on. You know, we don't know. It could be that the hands are not aligned properly, but it looks like the hands would be in the same position. So there shouldn't really be any sort of differencing effect. But I have come across other mods where there is sometimes a difference in hands locations. Oh, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, my idea sounded good for devices, but where's the hand going to be? I didn't even think of that. Yeah, the hand is going to be out of place, won't it? Because of the two FOV differences between them. Oh, we're going to have to test that. I only just thought of it. I haven't actually tried to like aim down sight with a gun with that device out. I may not be able to use my little story thing. Shit, I didn't even think of that. Let's grab a device and test that first while it's on my head. In my head. On my head. Pull that out. Gunslinger. Yeah, that's out of whack. Like, you can tell that the gun is not resting on the hand. Fuck. Oh. Oh, that sucks. I didn't even think of that. Oh, well, looks like I'm using Gunslinger. Shit. Alright. not shit in a that it's bad or anything. I just really liked the idea that I had, but now I can't do it. PDA. Whoa. Okay, realignment difference. Holy shit. I don't know. Can you read the PDA from up there? I mean, I can sort of see it. Let's zoom in. Yeah, I mean, I could still use it from here. Oh, I love it when that happens. You get a good laugh out of it. Ah. There is another reanimation that we can use that's more stable for that sort of thing. Name eludes me at the moment. So we're not using that, but I mean, I can go in there myself and use the reposition and redo that myself, but it will have an effect on... No, the PDA shouldn't have an effect on anything. I could reposition that myself. I can redo my INI file. I'm going to leave that there. It's been a little while since I've done a reposition. So I'd have to remember, because I've also got to make the file a DLTX file. I'm kind of just not remembering that at the moment. Now that I've just realized my complete and utter fuck up there, I'm gonna have to use the devices so that we have a good alignment on where everything is. There is another PDA animation. Gunslinger device. Excellent add-on. Hang on. MO2, Maids, Vanilla HD icons. Yeah, we'll get there eventually. It'll be like when you're painting a model, it'll be more like the high level highlights and shadows of the pack when we'll get to it. But it's still just devices. It's not the actual PDA. By the looks of it anyway. It's just the devices. Okay. That's fine. No worries. Let's go back to PDA and just make sure that I didn't just skip. So I know that is the PDA reposition for... Okay, maybe there might be a link there. Original add-on. Brilliant. Yeah, I'm not too comfortable running someone else's video on mine. That I feel that's wrong, so I'm not going to do that. I mean, what am I doing? I could just cut it out. PDA Reanimator. It's old world. Oh, really? Okay. This may be a good one if it's actually affected it, whereas I noticed that Gunslinger didn't affect it. Hang on, let's quit. Close that off. Yeah, Gunslinger didn't affect it, so it mustn't have enough in there to override the old world. So yeah, I would need to reposition it. Oh, nice. That works. Yeah. Okay, so PDA reanimated it is. With this texture. This is a really nice texture, eh? Like I like it a lot. I mean, it does look a little bit futuristic, but at the same time, it's good. And like, you know, us Stalker players, I mean, we all live with a lot of jank in the game. And this, even though I notice it, it's not going to affect me in the long run. We're all used to those sorts of things. Alright, so PDA is sorted. Oh shit, how long have I gone for? Jesus, they're nearly up to 2 hours of recording. Holy shit. Filthy cat. I know I tagged it. Oh, there's two. Back here. That's right. Did that legit too. I'm not in God mode. There's nothing you could say to prove that I was in God mode.